So very good morning. We have successfully completed the topic called modal auxiliaries. We explained used to, ought to, need, all these right from 6th standard, and still it was going on, right? No problem. See children, 1 second. Okay, now you please listen first. We are starting with a new topic for this year, but this is a familiar topic for you guys. There is no change in it, and the topic for you to begin. Before that, I have a request. Everyone please fill worksheet number 3. The topic is modal auxiliaries. Okay, there is a paper, there is a worksheet for you guys, and you can, I think it is worksheet number 3. Okay, try to fill worksheet number 3 by today itself. Okay, so children, Saturday that should be ready with you. We'll discuss all the answers. Clear?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, fine. And now listen, we are starting a new, but it is an old topic. The topic is finite and non-finite verb, right? Have you noticed that in your worksheet? It's written finite and non-finite verb. So we are going in order. Yes?
Worksheet 3 and 4 is also modals.
Then you
So
do
should
it.
we do?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. You please correct, do the part which is actually connected with the modal auxiliary verbs. Okay. And 3 and 4, right? Worksheet number 3 and 4, you try to do before Saturday, and we'll discuss all the answers in the class Saturday. Okay. And I have said 2-3 presentations in the class, right? Seminar presentations, isn't it? 2 presentations.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, children. So the topic for you, next topic for you is finite verb and non-finite verb. Okay, you're all familiar with the word finite and non-finite verb, isn't it? What are the special features of a finite verb? The topic is finite
A short tense form.
and non-finite verb. Okay. Okay, now we are actually taking this finite first. So what are the special points that you can highlight regarding the topic finite verbs? Yes.
They show tense form.
What is it?
They show tense form.
Okay, it shows tense form. Then what is next point? What is next point?
It's a form of verb.
It is a
Form of verb.
It is a form of verb. Okay, there are 12 forms. There are 12 tense form. So that is what they said. It shows tense form, right? It is a form of a verb. It shows the tense form properly. Second point. This is also called a complete verb. Isn't it, children? This is also known as a complete verb. Why it is called a complete verb, children? Because it helps us to identify the tense form, isn't it? It shows the tense form. It is actually, it's a complete verb because it helps us to identify the tense form. Okay, along with the auxiliary verb plus main verb, that is, a verb has its 4 forms, isn't it? It has a present form, it has a past form, it has a past participle form, and it has a present participle form, isn't it? Is there no?
Should we write this in our notes?
If you are keeping a yeah, you can. I'll share the screen and I'll give you the notes, right? I'll be uploading it in the website also, children. So please listen first. A finite verb, it is also called a complete verb. Why it is called a complete verb? Because it helps us to identify the tense form. Okay, that is why it is called as a complete verb in English grammar. And remember, yes.
Ma'am, have you sent the notes of modal auxiliaries in the website?
Yes, uploaded. Okay, so now you please listen. We are going to talk about the next third point. If it is a finite verb, see, it is a verb, right? So remember, this finite verb is controlled or limited by its subject. How it is controlled? How it is limited by the subject, children? Do you have any idea? A finite verb, it is controlled or limited by the subject. How? Can you tell me some points regarding this? Can you add your points? Why it is said we are actually using a finite verb, and those finite verbs are controlled or limited by its subject. Why it is said so? Any idea?
Pronouns in singular and plural.
Yeah, of course you are right. Because if the subject is
can
singular, finite verb, when you write your finite verb, you should remember that you can use only a singular form, isn't it? If the subject is plural, remember we can use only a plural form of our finite verb. So it is controlled. It is limited by the subject in number. Okay, if the subject is number, in the sense there are two numbers in English grammar, right? The number is singular number and plural number. Okay, there are two numbers, singular number and plural number. So those finite verbs are limited in number of its subject, and it is limited in pronouns, okay, or persons. If the first person pronoun is used, if the subject is I, you can use only am, right? If the subject is I, you can use only have, isn't it? If the pronoun or third person pronoun he is used, you can use only is with it. Okay, or you can use only has with it, right? So a finite verb is always limited by the subject in person and number. Okay, I've told you number means there are two numbers, singular number and plural number in English grammar. Persons, there are three persons, first person, second person, and third persons. Clear? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Very clear. So remember, a finite verb is also called a complete verb. Point number 2, it is actually helping us to identify the tense form. And the third point I said, it is always limited or controlled by its verb or subject. Okay, so I said finite verb and non-finite verb. Point number 1 to note, it is also known as a complete verb. Remember, it is also known as a complete verb. It is because it helps us to identify the tense form. Okay, it helps us to identify the tense form. Point number 3, it is limited by the number, singular and plural, and persons, first person, second person, third person of its subject. This is said to be the third point. Okay, clear? If the subject is he, singular, no, third person singular, so it is singular in form. So we should, or we are forced to use speaks here, right? He speaks, because the subject is singular, so we have to use singular verb. If the third person plural is used, means subject should be plural in form. Is it, sorry, the verb should be plural in form, right? Yes or no? So this is controlled, this is limited. Am I clear? Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now let us talk about the tenses, because without knowing the tenses, you won't be able to identify the finite verb. As you all know, how many tenses are there, children? How many tenses are there? There are three tenses. Okay, how many tense forms are there, children?
12
Tense forms.
Forms under each tenses, children.
4.
What are the forms under each tense?
Simple, continuous,
Simple,
past
continuous,
perfect, and past perfect continuous.
Okay, simple, continuous. Okay, we have 4 forms under each tenses. We have simple forms, we have continuous forms, we have perfect forms.
We haven't shared.
I haven't shared. Okay. 1 second. Okay, please note it. Tense, it is divided into 3. We have present tense, we have past tense, we have future tense. Okay, there are 3 tenses. And under each tenses, you can see 4 forms. First one is simple form, second one is continuous form, third one is perfect form, and fourth one is perfect continuous form. So altogether, 4 plus 4 plus 4 is equal to 12 tenses. Sorry, tense forms. There are 3 tenses and 12 tense form. I know that this is clear. It's registered fully in your mind. If I die also, that may remain in your heart. Okay, so please keep this. Children, there are 3 tenses, 12 tense forms. When you remember tenses, when you write a word in tense, remember my face. Okay, that is my demand. Okay, so 3 tenses, 12 tense forms. Okay, there are 3 tenses, present tense, past tense, and future tense. There are 4 forms under tenses, that is simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous form. So 4 plus 4 plus 4 is equal to 12 tense form. Clear? Clear? And this one, again,
Yes,
this is a familiar topic for you. I said that term tense means time, right? You're all familiar. Term tense means time, the time of an action, right? Based on this, we have divided the tense into 3 forms, right? We have present tense, we have past tense, we have future tense, right? And it talks about, if it is a present tense, it talks the time now, okay? And if it is past tense, it talks time then. And if it is future tense, it talks time to come. Okay. So this is also familiar. I don't want to give you again and again. I don't want to drill you about this because you're familiar. You know, you're thorough with it. Okay. So tenses, it shows time. It is also known as time of an action, and it is divided into three. It has present, past, and future. There are three tenses, and at present tense, it talks about time now, the time which is happening now, or the action which is happening now. And time then shows something has already happened, or it was completed sometime in the past. Okay, a completed action. And we are using future tense to show that is something going to happen in our life in future. Okay, there are a few children in the waiting room still. Okay, now this is what, let us start from the first rule. Okay, just a quick rule, because to know finite verb, I should be very clear that you are thorough with the rules. I know that you are thorough, but still I should have to collect it from you. So we are just revising the tense form rules with one example and the finite verb identification. Then we'll stop it there. Okay, so children, let us start from the first one. Okay, as you all know, we have present tense. Present is divided. The first one under present tense is simple present, right? Yeah.
Simple present.
Yeah, the first one is simple present. Only the person to whom am I asking, please respond. Okay, simple present. Okay, Sriram.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, tell me the rule of simple present tense with one example.
Subject plus present form of a verb plus object.
Subject plus present form of the verb plus object, isn't it? Okay, fine. Okay, one example.
I
Sriram?
drive a car. I drive.
It's not clear for me.
I drive a car.
I drive a car. Okay, Sriram, identify the finite verb.
Drive.
Drive. It is controlled. It is limited by the subject, isn't it? Drive. As we have used the first person pronoun, we should use only the base form of the verb. We should use only the plural form of the verb, isn't it? So drive, it shows it is the present form of the verb. So this is an example for simple present tense, right? Clear, children? This one, should I explain it? No. Okay. So now I'm going to Gauri Parvati. Gauri, tell me the rule of present continuous. 1 second. Present continuous.
Subject plus.
1 second. The rule for constructing a sentence in present continuous is subject plus
Am or is or are plus.
or is a connecting word. So you are going to use or everywhere. Am, is, or
Am,
are plus.
Plus present participle form of the verb plus
Okay,
object.
present participle form of the verb plus object. Thank you.
Object.
One example.
I am driving a car.
Very good. I am driving a car. Okay, finite verb, Gauri.
I'm driving.
Okay, change the pronoun and use the same sentence. Change singular third person pronoun. Use instead of I, use third person singular.
He is driving a car.
Okay, so the form is he is, right? You said he
Yes, ma'am.
is driving a car. Okay, finite verb, Gauri.
He is driving.
Okay, it is also limited by the subject. Okay, then use, Gauri, you use third person plural.
They are driving a car.
Okay, they are driving a car. Use, sorry, identify the finite verb, Gauri.
Are driving.
Are driving. Okay, see how it is changing, how a finite verb is actually limited by the subject. Here in the first sentence, you can see that I is the subject of your first sentence. So it is limited or it is controlled. See, it is we have or we are forced to use only am here, right? Because the subject is controlling the verb. Okay, second one, she has started with he, third person singular. Because of he, we are forced to use only is because the subject is controlling the finite verb. Now, in the third sentence, she has started with they, third person plural, and we are forced to use only are here because the finite verb is always limited and controlled by its subject. Clear? Am I clear? If there is an auxiliary verb and main verb, you know, verb is, it has four forms, right? It has a present form, it has a past form, past participle form, and present participle form. So if you use an auxiliary verb and any one of these forms in your sentence, that can be underlined as the finite verb. Suppose if your sentences, if the sentence in simple present tense, okay? If the sentence is simple present tense, he is my teacher. Okay, he is my teacher. Identify the finite verb. This is to Sri Ram because as Sri Ram has explained simple present tense, I request Sri Ram to identify the finite verb from this sentence.
Is.
Is. There is no doubt is the only auxiliary verb because see this auxiliary verb here it acts like a main verb. Okay, and this identify by looking at the auxiliary verb in the form of a main verb here, we'll be able to identify the tense form. So this is or is the auxiliary verb. It acts like a main verb. So this is the finite verb here. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, they are my friends. Sriram, if the sentence is they are my friends, then
Are.
Okay, here are is used in the form of a finite verb. Okay, it shows the exact tense form. So are is a finite verb here. Clear?
Yes,
Am I clear? Okay, next question, Anusha.
Yes, ma'am.
Anusha,
Yes, ma'am.
Anusha, we need to use present perfect. Present perfect. Tell me the rule of present perfect.
Subject plus has or have plus
Subject plus
has or have plus
has. It is perfect. So has or have plus.
past participle form of a verb plus
Yes, past participle form of a verb plus
object.
object. Okay, I want one sentence.
She have driven a car.
Could you please repeat?
She have driven a car.
She
Has driven a car.
she has driven a car. She has driven a car. Your finite verb
Has driven.
has driven with plural subject. Avishi.
They have driven a car.
They have driven a car. Okay. How many persons are riding a single car, driving a single car? All the three are driving a single car. No problem. Let them enjoy their ride. A co-driver should be there, no, like a co-pilot. Okay, fine. So here they have driven a car. There are no two cars, only one car. Gauri Parvati and Anusha along with the Lakshmi Chandra are driving. Okay, so they have driven a car. So tell me the finite verb.
Have driven.
Have driven. So who is the co-driver? Anusha, Gauri or Lakshmi Chandra?
Let them
Okay,
choose.
ma'am. Lakshmi, who is that?
Let them choose.
Let them drive. So I'll be sitting at the back side. Let them drive. So Lakshmi Chandra and Gauri Parvati, they are the two well-built people sitting in front of the car and driving it. So fine. So is it a bike drive? I am driving my bike or I am riding my bike. Which one is correct, children?
Riding.
Riding.
Okay, when don't use drive with bike. If you are using bike, you have to use the term ride. Okay, bicycle ride and this bike ride and all. We cannot use drive. I'm driving my bike is a wrong usage. I'm riding my bike is the correct usage. Okay, so children, now yes.
Ma'am, you are stuck in my screen. Can I off my video?
Should I move?
Sorry,
Now
ma'am.
am I moving, Pranav?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Now I am moving. I think. Thank you. Thank you so much. So now I request Pranav. Anyway, he said that I am stuck. I do request Pranav, my son, to tell me the rule of present perfect. Sorry, present perfect we got. Present perfect continuous. Pranav, tell me the rule
Ma'am.
of present perfect continuous.
Subject plus has or have plus
Very good. Has or have plus.
been plus
Very good. Been plus.
present participle form of a verb plus
Very good. Present participle form of a verb plus
object.
object. Fine. An example, Pranav?
He has been driving a car.
He has been driving a car. Okay, your finite verb.
Has been driving.
Okay, with the plural subject.
They have been driving a car.
At least let them ride a bike, my son. Okay, they have been driving a car. Okay, your finite verb.
Have been driving.
Very good. Have been driving. So this is a complete verb which shows the tense form and it is limited by the subject. Because of he, we have used has here. Because of they, we have used have here. Clear? So it is limited in person and in number. Am I clear? Okay. Now let us talk about simple past. Lakshmi, simple
Yes,
past. Simple past.
Subject
Rule.
plus
Subject plus.
Past form of a verb plus object.
Okay, very good. Subject plus past form of the verb plus object. Fine. So please tell me. Example.
He drove a car.
He drove a car. Okay, fine. He. So everybody changes from right to drove, right? He drove a car. Okay, fine. Your finite verb.
Drove.
Drove. Change the subject.
They drove a car.
Okay, change the subject. Make it plural.
They
They
drove a car.
drove a car. Finite verb.
No.
Drove. Okay. Now, Adityan. Adityan.
Yes, ma'am.
Adityan, tell me the rule of past continuous.
Subject plus
Subject plus
ing form of a verb.
okay, you said subject. So I'm going to write Adityan here. Okay. Adityan. You said ing form. Adityan going. Is it a correct sentence?
No, ma'am.
Can you identify the finite verb from here, which shows an excel? If I say that going is the finite verb, it can be present, it can be past, it can be future, right? So why, Adityan, tell me the structure of the sentence. Past continuous structure.
Adityan is
Adityan is
going.
I'll write Adi only, okay? Adi
Going.
is, wait. Adi is, you
Go.
said Adi is.
Going.
Adi is going. Okay, please stop it. 1 second. Adityan, we have used he or you have used is here. We are talking about past tense, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So
Yes,
is a past tense form of be.
No,
Then what is it? What is the past form of the word is?
Had been.
My goodness. Is. See, be, the present form of be is am, is, are. Okay. What is the past form of be? Instead of am and is, what can you use in past? Adityan, Ayan,
Yes, ma'am.
what is it?
Adi
Ayan,
was going.
Adi?
Was going.
Okay, so instead of am and is, the be form is was. What is the plural form of was?
Were.
Where. Very good. So now, Ayan, please frame your structure. That is your past continuous form. I request Ayan to frame the structure of past continuous form. So let us start from here. Subject plus.
Subject plus
Ah.
was or were plus
Okay, very good. Was or were plus.
present participle form of a verb plus
Present participle form of a verb plus
object.
object. Very good. Very good. One sentence, please.
He was writing a letter.
Very good. He was writing a letter. Okay, he was writing a letter. So now tell me, Ayan, tell me the finite verb.
Was
Ayan,
writing a
was
letter.
writing. Was writing is the finite verb. Change the subject into a plural subject.
They were writing a letter.
Excellent. They were writing a letter. So your finite verb in the second sentence.
Were writing.
Excellent, excellent. Very good. Were writing. Okay, because were writing and was writing, it shows that this is an example for past continuous tense, right? At the same time, this is controlled by the subject. Because of he, we have written was here. Because of they, we have written were here, right? So it is controlled and limited by the subject. Am I clear?
Yes.
Okay, past perfect. Change on. Shane?
Yes.
Past perfect.
Ma'am, formula.
Ah.
Ma'am, subject plus had
Subject
plus
had plus, it is
had.
past tense, had plus
past participle form of the verb plus object.
past participle form of the verb plus object. Okay, fine. So now you tell me one example.
She left the party.
You said he left, okay? You said
He had.
left.
He had.
No,
He
you
had.
said he left, right? So I'm
Ma'am,
going to
by
write that.
mistake, by
He
mistake.
left the
Ma'am, by
party. So see, look at here.
Ma'am,
Look at, yeah, I can understand. But look at here, you missed one word, right?
yes, ma'am.
Had left.
Finite
Now your
verb.
sentence is correct. He had left the party. So finite verb.
Had left.
Okay, change the subject with a plural one.
They had left the party.
Okay, they had left the party. Okay, so the finite verb in the second sentence.
Had.
Okay, next question, Parvati. Parvati Menon.
Yes, ma'am.
Past perfect continuous.
Subject plus
Past perfect continuous. Yes.
subject plus
Ah.
had plus
Ah.
been plus
Okay.
present participle form of the verb plus subject.
Present participle form of the verb plus object. Okay. Example.
She had been opening the window.
He had been.
Opening the window.
Okay. He had been opening the mirror. Opening the.
Window.
It's not clear.
Window.
Window. Okay. He had been opening the window. Okay. Your finite verb.
Had been opening.
Had been opening. Very good. Second sentence with a plural subject.
They had been opening the window.
They had been opening
The window.
the window. So finite verb here.
Had been opening.
Okay. Finite verb.
Had been opening.
Had been opening. Fine. Oh my God. Fine. So next sentence, simple future. Simple future. I do request Isa Jivraj. Isa? Isa? Can you hear
ma'am.
me? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Frame a sentence. Simple future. Next question to Tanmay. Okay. Isa.
Subject plus
Which one? Simple future, right? Simple future. Okay, fine. Subject plus
will or shall plus
it is future, so will or shall is a must. Will or shall plus
base form of a verb plus
base form of a verb plus
object.
okay, object of the verb. Okay, it is of the verb. Okay, that particular verb. Okay, example.
He will stick the poster.
Started. Okay, fine. He will stick the poster. Okay, finite verb.
Will stick.
Okay, then with the plural subject,
They will stick the poster.
they will stick the poster. Okay, finite verb
Will stick.
will stick. Fine, thank you. Okay, can you make a sentence with shall?
I shall go for the
I shall go
party.
for the party. Okay, thank you. Finite verb.
Shall go.
Okay, thank you. Next question, Tanmay.
Yes, ma'am.
Tanmay, your question is future continuous. Okay, future continuous.
Subject plus
Okay, subject plus
will or shall plus
will or shall plus
be plus
be plus. Very good.
present participle form of a verb plus object.
Present participle form of the verb plus object. Fine. Okay, so one example, please.
He will not be coming tomorrow.
He will not be coming tomorrow. Okay, your finite verb. Your finite verb
Will be coming.
will be coming. Correct. Okay, another example with plural subject.
They will not be coming tomorrow.
Okay, they will not be coming tomorrow. Okay. Finite verb.
Will be coming.
Okay, tell me with shall. A sentence with shall.
I shall not be coming tomorrow.
I shall not be coming tomorrow. Okay. So your finite verb
Shall be coming.
shall be coming. Okay. Thank you. We'll end our class by here. Thank you so much, and we'll continue with finite verbs. Okay, in the next class, and next class we'll be completing the non-finite verb also. Thank you everyone for coming here.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.